So, yesterday I invested in a new tripod. Hey, this is a Manfrotto compact action made for photos and movies, if you can imagine that. That is just incredible. So I've got these others sitting up here just so you can see what I've been working with. This old thing here was a flea market find, and I've got two fairly similar. They're beat up, they got paint overspray on them, and they just kind of, one of them actually rides in the bed of my truck. That's how much I value these. But I think I paid $2 for this thing, and it's missing the mount head, but this screw fits into the base of my cameras. And I've got this Joby here that I use quite a lot. I really like this little thing. I can hang it on tree limbs and my truck mirror and things like that. But a lot of times I don't have anything or any way to mount my stuff, so Gorilla Tape is what I use. And I'll tape my camera to the side of my truck or to a tree or whatever. So I kind of needed this. I don't know, it wasn't a need, but I wanted it bad enough to call it a need. Now before I bought it, I did go on the internet and price check just to make sure I wasn't getting ripped. And it was $69.99 with free shipping, I believe, through Amazon. So same price, and I had it in my hand, so I went ahead and got it. But it comes in this fairly nice double wall protective bag. I like the bag. That was kind of a surprise because it doesn't show the bag on the box, and I wasn't aware that that little extra was coming with it. So it's got a bag, and it actually has a carry strap, which is pretty comfortable over one shoulder on me, and I'm too big to do it this way, but if you're small enough you could wear it as a backpack if you needed to. So there's the bag, and I'll unsack it real quick. It's got one of those little lock button tension things, whatever you call them, on the drawstring. So there's the bag. Like I say, it's got at least a double wall bag. It feels like it's got a little bit of padding built into it. And there's the care instructions sewn to the inside. Of course, it's made in China. The stitching is not real good, but you know, I didn't expect anything to protect the thing, to protect the tripod after I bought it. So this bag was just a bonus. I haven't opened the instructions yet, but it comes with a base plate for your camera to go between your camera and the lock screw, whatever they call this piece. It's got a quick lock system in it. I'll put this on the bottom of the camera. I've already used it a couple of times, and it doesn't need a base plate on any of the cameras I use. This has a rubber pad right here to help it lock down and not damage the threads on your camera. And the attachment's just real quick and easy. It's just like that. It's very, very quick, very simple. And if your camera doesn't hold tight, or if you need to adjust it, I've got it set on its loosest setting. You can actually, if you see where that locks around that screw, here's the adjustment for that, and you can tighten it up. You can see that lever moving. So if you got a camera that the nut sits shallow in, sets down a little ways, you can tighten this up to cause it to grip on it better. I'll quickly go over with you some of the features of this tripod and why I chose this one. And it's got some pretty cool features on it that I really like. One of them, one of the main ones, is this roll lock here on the joystick, they call it. You know, they got those others with the trigger release. It's locked at all times until you pull the trigger, but you got to hold the trigger while you're moving it, and as soon as you let go it locks in place. This one here, you can set it to, you know, whatever strength of lock you want. What I guess is how you would describe it. But you can unlock it, and it moves really easy. You can film action, and it locks back that quick. So I like that. The other thing is, most tripods, you're stuck with this movement only, you know, up and down. Of course, you can film straight down or almost straight up with this, and you can if you flip the camera 180 degrees, and go this way, you're filming straight up, so you can do that. But without having to unlock your screw or whatever, move your camera around, it's got a quick release right here that allows you to lay it over sideways, and you can lay it over fully 90 degrees sideways either way you want. You know, you can roll it around any direction you want, which I found cool because sometimes I'm filming in kind of awkward positions under houses or under cars or whatever I'm trying to film, so I like that little feature there. I'll show this quick release feature again. You can turn it like that, you know, it picks up, puts down that easy. That's how quick that is. I don't know if you can make one any simpler than that. So the other features that drew me to this one were how compact it is, as well as how tall it will go. I'll measure it out real quick for you. It's about 18¼ inches all the way down, and one of the things I like about it is on other tripods a lot of times you got the cross bracing in here to strengthen the legs, and this one doesn't have that, so it'll close down a little tighter than the rest of them. So if you're using it as a monopod, it's easier to handle that way. So here it is all the way up, using it as a monopod. So you know, you can do anything you want like this, and it's fairly stable. But you know, it's got a lot of extra locks on it that you typically don't have. It's usually only have 3 locks, maybe 2. This one's got 4 per leg, which is just another point for something to fail. But they all look like they're built fairly well, and they feel pretty good. So I expect them to last a pretty good while. But standing up in the full upright position, it's 56 and almost 56.5 inches tall, which is fairly tall for something that can go this compact. I'm just kind of looking over the box to see if I see any interesting specs on it, which I really don't see much of anything other than it notes that the bag is padded. And now that I see this picture, I see what that mount as far as for cameras with a convex mount surface to level it out for the top of the tripod here. But it's an anodized, black anodized aluminum. It's an aluminum center pole, and if you look real close, some of the machine screws are just cheap machine screws, so you got to be careful not to over tighten. I like it. It feels fairly well built. There is some slight noise in the head, so that's probably going to pick up on your video. That rattling is this piece, but you could probably get rid of that with some lubrication. But that is something that you would probably hear on a camera with a good sound pickup. I like it. There it is. That's my review on the Manfrotto Compact Action Tripod.